Let's talk about InArt. Hi everyone, welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and this is day 7 of the 12 Days of Christmas playlist. The last 6 days of Christmas never really seem like Christmas. I mean, you have the build up, then you got Christmas Eve, then you got Christmas Day and St. Stephen's Day, and then you have that period in between Stephen's Day and New Year's where everyone actually doesn't realize what day it is. But then I find that New Year's Eve and New Year's Day kind of snaps you out of Christmas. I was never big into New Year's Eve or never big into it. Anyway, just kind of marks the end of Christmas. But look, I'm still going to continue on with the 12 Days of Christmas playlist 2023, and this is day 7, and I'm a bit late to the game on this one because I've been spending time, basically enjoying my Christmas, spending time with family and friends. But what we're going to talk about is InArt recently had a display in Wonderfest Beijing. So look, we're going to take a quick look at some of the images that came out from that, because some of them I'm very keen on. Some of them I'm very impressed with, and some of them I'm less than impressed with, but let's take a look. So this is obviously the Joaquin Phoenix Joker from the Joker movie, which the sequel is due to come out next year, and well, in about, what's 2 o'clock here, I suppose, about another 10 hours, that'll be this year. I think it's coming out in November 2024, the second, the Joker, where Lady Gaga's playing Harley Quinn. Looking forward to seeing that. So this is Arthur Fleck. Originally they had these on display. Originally it was supposed to be like a 2-pack, 2 bodies, 3 head sculpts, where you had the red suit version with the studio diorama. Then you had the kind of dancing in the bathroom version where he kind of has his slow descent to madness. And there begins his descent into madness, should you say. And then you had the hospital scene where he's just dressed as like Doink the Clown or whatever. And from what I understood, again, I was hearing rumors and stuff like that from various different sources and stuff like that. It could be all speculation, I'm not sure. Was that it was going to be 3 head sculpts, 2 bodies, but 3 outfits. But then they're after showing this, and new reports that I'm hearing, again, I don't know if they're true or not, that's going to be 3 bodies, 4 outfits. It's going to be a 3-pack with the red suit Joker, this version, and then the kind of bathroom dancing scene Joker, and then you get the head sculpt and the outfit for the hospital version. I don't know if I'm right about that. Look, time will tell. Apparently towards the end of January these are going to go up for pre-order, and then we'll know. What I do know is that this is going to be expensive, and I believe that the InArt representative John was saying that Warner Brothers, they're tricky in the license for this one because they want it seen as kind of a real high-end premium type of product. So I'd imagine it's going to be very expensive. So maybe to get around that, they're going to do a 3-pack. I mean, a 3-pack at $1,500, obviously that's really, really expensive. But then again, J&D have just come out with a Joker where one of them was like $2,000 or something like that, and that was for one figure. So yeah, look, I don't like the way it's paywall there, in the same way that I can understand people might have been people were annoyed about the InArt Rooted Joker 2-pack being locked behind a paywall, when a lot of people just wanted the purple Coke Joker. Well, at this stage now, I think everyone is getting over that, but I didn't mind that because I was big into the movie, and I kind of prepared. I'd had other previous Heath Ledger Jokers, but I was kind of I sold a very, very early model. I think it was the MMS, so either 67 or 68, in anticipation for actually Hot Toys going to be releasing that, and then along came InArt. Anyway, this looks really, really good. Definitely the likeness of Joaquin Phoenix there. I'm very impressed by the rooted hair. From what I can see on the outfit here, just the head and shoulders, but looks pretty good. Again, looks pretty good there. Very much a civilian. I'd say anyone watching this video now has someone from their hometown that looks like that. It could be anyone. I really wanted that red suit, rooted hair, walking down the steps, done deal. I wouldn't mind if it was a bit more expensive than a normal figure, but that's what I was anticipating and hoping for. But I'm not going to lie, the having to pay potentially $1,500, $1,600, $700 just to get the red suit and then 2 other pieces, which look great as well. It's like, how much do you like this movie? How much do I like this movie? I really enjoyed it. I think it's a fantastic movie, fantastic piece of art, but it is heavy going. It is intense. It's not a movie that you flick on and go, yeah, not sure what to watch. I'm going to watch this guy's descent and his mental breakdown where he eventually shoots a guy in the face. Like, it's not something that, you know what I'm going to watch today? It's like, it's a tough watch, but it is. Look, a lot of good art, it's hard to watch. Like, if you think about, if you're watching, have you ever seen Requiem for a Dream? Great movie. Watched it once, will never watch it again. Just hard going. There's a few other come to mind. Irreversible with Monica Bellucci, very, very hard watch. Just great movie, very, very clever. but very, very difficult to watch. And great. I'd recommend you watch them, but just be warned that the subject matter, tough going. I think this falls into that category. It's just really, it's a real gritty, depressing kind of a movie, but it is good in its own right. The music, the choreography, the script, the acting, all that. And I can't rule this out. I am selective, and it's times like that I pass on a lot of things I like to collect, things I love. But that's the question: do I love this movie enough to justify spending like $1.5 on 3 different pieces? With The Dark Knight, it was different. $1,000, the diorama, 2 different rooted pieces. Fine, it's grand. It's The Dark Knight, but this is not The Dark Knight. Okay, still looks great though. Still looks great. Oh, the steps as well. I'm hoping that those steps actually come with it? Interesting though. So that looks like a big piece. I'm not sure if this is forced perspective or does it actually look as big as my mind is telling me that this is like there. Like it just looks quite like a large piece there. Okay. When it comes to Harry Potter, I've read the first 3 books. I think I got halfway through the 4th book and never really returned to it. Sister's a big fan. I think I was just a bit too old when it came out. That I always saw it as a kids movie. And again, like, look, that's you could argue that Star Wars is just kids movies and stuff like that, but I feel that Harry Potter, the way it was marketed towards maybe younger people than me. However, I have watched all the movies numerous times. I think they're very, very well made movies, but I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. So I can kind of look at this, I suppose, objectively. This is not great. I don't see Hermione Granger in this or Emma Watson. I think it's nearly there. I don't think it's a complete write-off, absolute disaster. I think the outfit's good. I think the hair is pretty good. Like, I mean, she did kind of have a fairly full, thick head of hair, in fairness. Like, her face though, like it's not all the way there yet. I think this needs a bit of work. I think it doesn't look great at the moment. It has potential to be very, very good. I think a few little tweaks to make it look a bit more Emma Watson. I just don't see it there. But I think the 3 of them will look great together. Harry Potter looks amazing. The Ron, which we'll get onto, does look amazing as well. It's a good looking piece. It's a good looking piece. They've nailed obviously the tailoring on the uniform and the tie, and the in-art are very, very good at the proportions and the tailoring of the suits and stuff like that. I think the hair is pretty good as well, but like I said, yeah, I don't think it's all the way there yet. I saw it and I was kind of going, no, that's a bit of a miss at the moment. However, InArt do have a track record of showing us prototypes which aren't finished yet, and then people going, oh, that doesn't look like Aragorn, and bang, when the the prototype images for the pre-order go up. There you go, use your words. When they get put up, then like that Aragorn blew our minds, and we definitely saw some very substandard photos of Aragorn. I think it was on I want to say a Shanghai. It was after the Vegas event. They didn't show it at the Vegas event. At some point after that, they had a similar event. Maybe it was in Thailand or something like that. But yeah, Aragorn really didn't look good. But then the actual prototype images look absolutely stunning. So I think this might fall into that category. Hopefully it does. But it's great to see that they're finally. It's weird, like Hot Toys don't really do kids. They don't make figures of 1/6 scale children. I don't know, maybe it's like a legal thing or something like that. So it's good to see InArt actually tackling these smaller characters. Like, so, and again, they're all from the first movie as well. So you have that kind of, the kid version of Ron, Hermione and Harry. This looks pretty damn epic. I wasn't a massive fan of this movie. I think it's well worth a watch. It's a spectacle. Things like the cinematography and the sound engineering are fantastic. Really, really intense movie. I'm definitely have to go watch it again before the second one comes out. But this, they've absolutely nailed the likeness on Timothée Chalamet here. And I think this is their only 1/6 scale figure that they actually have an official global license from. Because that's one of the InArt problems, isn't it? You can't just go on the Sideshow and buy it, and you don't have the kind of protection if you live in the States. You basically have to do what everyone else in not the States, or as people in the States call it, overseas do. You have to buy from a distributor maybe in your own country or Hong Kong or whatever like that. And there are numerous different reputable Hong Kong based resellers there. You've got the likes of Lion Rock Toys, you've got the likes of 1/6 Kit, Toys Buying Agent. I mean, they're reputable companies, who they've good customer service and stuff like that. Obviously, there's hit and miss different places, but this guy, they've absolutely nailed the likeness on this. Not a massive fan of the movie. Like I said, I appreciate it for what it is, but not something I'm going to run out and get. Also, like, I wonder, that could be potentially a pretty big line if they were to go down and complete them all, but I don't think InArt is doing that. Even they're talking about Lord of the Rings there. I can't see them doing all of the Fellowship. I mean, what do they have at the moment? They've got Gandalf, and they've shown an Aragorn. And then have they shown anything else? I don't think they have, but I mean, they should be like at least putting up, you know, Gimli, Legolas at the very least, and then looking into doing the 4 hobbits. Like, I mean, can you really do Frodo without Samwise? Then you probably want to need, like, you know, a Gollum, some sort of a Sauron. Could that even work? Sauron's a pretty big character. This is stunning. Like, everything, the face, the eyes actually is, no, I was about to say his left eye looks a bit weird there, but it's just a shine from probably some lights in the background or something like that. It's just, they've nailed the rooted hair in it. The shape of his face is a unique looking guy. They've absolutely nailed the likeness on Timothée Chalamet here. I think this is really good. I think this really, it's a very, very particular moment from the first movie, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's from the first movie. He makes this strange expression, and yeah, I think they've absolutely nailed this. His pallor is a bit off though. I mean, the color of his skin. Yeah, he's ginger. Yeah, he's really, really pale. He's not that pale though. I think there's something off about the pallor of his skin. That's a bit of a nitpick, but I'm impressed by this. Again, rooted hair, and that's short rooted hair. That has potential to be really, really puffy and a bit of a miss, but I think they've done good here. Rooted hair and the proportions, but I mean the silhouette. I know you don't say proportions of the rooted hair. What I mean by that is if this was just like a silhouette, the shape of his head with the hair, and compare that to the body and stuff like that, would make sense. So the outline, if you can imagine that. So that's what I mean by the silhouette here, or the proportions of the head sculpt and the hair in relation to each other. Yeah, so I think they've got the color right. I think maybe I think they've got the color right here. Maybe a bit too red or orangey looking, slightly, complete nitpick. They've done good here. The sculpt looks good. The rooted hair looks good. Just the pallor on the skin is definitely a little pale. Outfit looks great. I love, again, this is a layer. This has potential. These 1/6 figures, especially in a kid form, have potential to look really, really poofy. But they've got, like, think about this. This has a scarf. It has a tie. It has a little grey jumper there as well. And then the kind of robe with the crest and stuff like that. Like, that's a lot for a short character. It has potential to be like, you know, like a Michelin Man. And that's things one really impressed me about the rooted Joker. It's like, if you think about that purple coat Joker, he's got a shirt. He's got a tie, he's got a waistcoat, he's got like a kind of a grey jacket underneath that, and then a big purple overcoat. That definitely have potential to look really, really puffy, and it doesn't because of the tailoring and the body they use underneath. Yeah, I think they've done a good job of this. And the 3 of them will look together. Hopefully they fixed that Hermione. This looks incredible. I gotta say, we're back to the start of this. I think this looks absolutely incredible. It's just some random guy from your town, but it still looks good. Alright, so let's just take a look at, there's some other photos here as well before we wrap up this video. So this is one I haven't pre-ordered. I pre-ordered this with went in Lion Rock with these I went with Lion Rock for this particular figure. Yeah, I had the Justice League version in anticipation for this. No, sorry. No, it was the Justice League version, and I don't like that movie at all. So you're thinking, why the hell would you buy it? I like Henry Cavill as Superman. I really liked Man of Steel. I wouldn't say like, it wasn't like, it didn't blow my mind. It wasn't like a 5-star movie, but I thought it was solid. 3 stars, maybe 3.5. I thought it was a solid start to what I thought would be a trilogy, but they started overlapping things in DCU way too quickly and rushed, and it didn't work. So I really like Man of Steel. Batman vs Superman, because it's based or loosely based on the Dark Knight Returns comic, graphic novel, whatever you want to call it. I'm a big fan of that. Big fan of the animated version of that. I kind of wanted a Henry Cavill Superman, and I really liked the battle damaged armored Ben Affleck Batman in that, and just, you couldn't have one without the other. Like, if you're going to buy the battle damaged Batman, you're going to need the Superman with it, and I like the vibrant color of the Justice League suit, but it makes more sense for me to get this one. I think this is going to be a better figure. I think obviously it's more it's darker as well. The suits from Man of Steel was kind of a dark blue, and then went to kind of a slightly lighter dark blue in BVS, and then of course in Justice League, from what I remember, it was a lot more vibrant. So yeah, got rid of the Justice League one, sold it off, and that will use it to fund this one here, which I haven't pre-ordered. Looking forward to this. Think it looks really good. Wasn't impressed by the first little video they put up. I wasn't sure whether it was lit, but his head looked very diamond-like. Like, basically around from the ears, it looked wider than it should have been. It just looked a bit strange, and I'm not sure it was a bad lighting or it was a completely different figure or a previous prototype, but I do think this looks a lot better, and that Screaming head sculpt looks a lot better. I've heard people say that they have made adjustments to the body though. I can't remember what the comments were, But I've heard people to kind of saying that they definitely made some adjustments on the body. I'm not sure if it was better for worse. Look, it looks good to me. This is 1/12 scale, not a scale that I collect. But I'll tell you one thing, if I ever wanted to get that bat, the one that Hot Toys did, I watched The Dark Knight Rises again. Shout out to Ian, aka Ancient Silver Fox. He very generously sent me the Dark Knight trilogy on Blu-ray 4K. And I didn't think I'd notice the difference. I stopped buying DVDs a long time ago. I just buy them all digitally now because of space. I thought I wouldn't notice the difference because I own the Dark Knight trilogy on DVD, on Apple Plus or iTunes, whatever, and now I'm 4K Blu-ray. So I went out, got a 4K Blu-ray player, and I watched it, and sure enough, it did notice the difference. I didn't think I would, but it is very, very crisp, gotta say. So yeah, massive thanks to Ian, aka Ancient Silver Fox. So yeah, I rewatched The Dark Knight Rises, watched the whole trilogy, but I rewatched The Dark Knight Rises last night, and I always loved the bat. It was kind of a unique take on the Batwing. It's like they took the Batwing, because obviously the Batwing is awesome, one of the most iconic cinema vehicles out there, and just I've spent way too much time looking at that Jazz Inc. 1989 Batwing, but I've nowhere to put it. I wouldn't, even if I could afford it, I would not have anywhere to display it. So usually if I can't display, I will not pay. But my point is that the 1/12 bat actually comes with, I think, a 1/12 Batman by Hot Toys and 1/12 Catwoman. This, the only chance I would ever buy this is if I was intending on getting the bat and I could put this in it, because I imagine this will be superior. From what I remember about that one, it wasn't great. It kind of served the purpose just to have a 1/12 scale figure in the bat, because obviously Hot Toys specialize in 1/6. But this looks pretty damn good for a 1/12 figure. I know you can see the joints and stuff like that, but like you have a bunch of swap hands. Realistically, I'm not going to get this. I want to see their 1/6 scale version. This is my favorite suit. Just behind the camera here, I've got the 1/6 scale Hot Toys QS19. This version suit in quarter scale, one of my 2 quarter scales, and obviously I have the DX19 as well. And I've had the DX02 in the past, but this, I'm really looking forward to seeing what InArt do with their 1/6 scale version. So it says, they put up a post recently, said stay tuned. I am very much staying tuned, but this looks pretty cool for 1/12. This looks outstanding. This looks absolutely outstanding. I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, but I'm a fair weather Lord of the Rings fan. I saw all the movies in the cinema. I saw all the Hobbit movies in the cinema. Wasn't a big fan of the Hobbit movies. Have not read the books. I don't speak Elvish, but this is one of the ones I'm going to go on, okay, you like Lord of the Rings, but you don't absolutely love Lord of the Rings. Gandalf, absolutely spectacular looking figure. And this is, I think this is even more impressive than it. I gotta say, they've absolutely nailed the look of Aragorn or Viggo Mortensen here. Like the rooted hair, just really, really impressive. The eyes, the shape of his nose, the kind of the beard, I'm sure it's just paint application, but it nearly looks rooted. Fantastic looking. And then, like, look at the difference there. I think Hot Toys actually have the edge when it comes to sculpted hair. I do think so. I think Hot Toys are better at sculpted hair, but InArt are better at rooted hair. That's just my opinion of what I can see. And the rooted hair there, it doesn't look terrible. But when you look at this looks like a photo of an actual real person, and this, of course, doesn't, because the plastic from the hair, the sculpted hair, just tells you, your brain knows straight away. Oh, that's a figure. But if you showed this to the person who doesn't collect, to anyone, I'd say they'd look at that and they'd just go, "Oh yeah, it must be like principal photography or some sort of promotional images for Aragorn when he starred as in Lord of the Rings." This, I've seen better photos in this. It doesn't look bad, but I from the Vegas event, from the images coming out of the Vegas event, or that came out of the Vegas event, and even events after that, it looked a lot better. Now this doesn't look bad. I don't know. It could be the lighting, it could be the lens, it could be the angle, it could be the way it's posed, or maybe it's slightly different sculpt. I don't know. Is it the exact same? I can't tell, to be honest. I think it's something about maybe the chin. It looks a bit soft or something. I don't know what it is. I cannot put my finger on it. But I've definitely seen better photos of it. I think it probably just comes down to better photos of it. So funny, I'm talking about lighting and I'm literally in a room. It's a dark room here because I have no display anymore. And then I'm probably going to completely undo everything I've just said. All right, let's say, look, eyes look great. Mascara looks great. The rooted hair looks fantastic. This one I am interested. I think I remember previous version just Did he have more stubble or more of a 5 o'clock shadow? I'm imagining that. Like, he looks, I thought he had a little bit more going on, say a little kind of darker here. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. This looks good though. Gotta say, it does look good. This is one I am interested in, not the all-in pack or the Bruce Wayne, but just this particular, just the single rooted one. I think this is going to be stunning, like absolutely stunning. I love just noticing the weathering here on the right pauldron here, all the scratches and stuff like that. And of course, he has a lot of scratches and little nicks and stuff on his cowl when he's in the Batman. I've heard people complain about this Widow's Peak here. I think before the previous images we saw of this, the kind of first images we saw of this, it didn't actually look like that. And then I saw someone put images from the movie and then comparing it to this and saying that this isn't accurate. Like, yeah, it's fair enough. Like, they are a company who come out and they've said they're going for, you know, realism, and they're going for like the most, you know, realistic or lifelike looking 1/6 scale figures. So that, I think that's a fair critique. I still think it looks stunning, and it's probably not something I'd notice, to be honest. I don't think I would have noticed that. I think that the makeup on this looks great. The eyes look great. You can see the wrinkles underneath the makeup there on the forehead. I think the rooted hair still looks great, and that could be just a case of like futzing away. Okay, you won't be able to futz away a Widow's Peak if it turns out like that, but I can't remember from the movie if he has that kind of a Widow's Peak or not. If you're watching now, please let me know what. Is this Widow's Peak completely inaccurate, or what exactly was wrong with this? Was it the fact there's too much of a point here or something like that? But like, again, just back in that, I think this still looks epic, like, and so does the Artiflex that we saw earlier on. And this is no different. The blood under the nose, just the little details, the blood under the nose and the bit on the chin, because this is obviously when he's after shooting the 3 Wall Street guys on the train. Even the hair here looks all dirty and sweaty. The proportions on the tailoring, like, is, and then just like the collar on the shirt. Yeah, this looks pretty damn good. I think a lot of people are excited about this version. And the thing is, I like this one as well. Like, actually, this is going back to something I saw earlier on the video. So what I'm hearing now is this is going to be a 3-pack. And wouldn't it make sense that a 3-pack with 4 sculpts? That makes sense now, because you would have the Artiflex with the stairs, which means you could actually use the red suit version with the stairs, assuming that they give us the stairs. They might not. Then you got the red suit version with the studio, and then you've got this version, but of course this version is kind of the same as this version. The only difference is here he's wearing this mask thing, like, you know, with the cap, with the kind of balding cap with the hair on each side. Take that off. I presume it's going to be this sculpt with the nose on and with this type of cap with the green hair on either side of the head. And I imagine you remove that, put on this rooted sculpt, and then you take off the jacket and you have the look. Because if you look at the shirt is the same here as here, the tie is the same here and here, and then the kind of, I suppose, mustard waistcoat. So basically they're the same. You just pop out the head sculpt. I'd imagine you have this head sculpt rooted, this head sculpt with everything on it, pop that out, and then either have the jacket on with this head sculpt, or have the jacket off with this head sculpt. That makes sense. So that means 3 figures, 3 bodies, 4 head sculpts, and wouldn't it be 4 outfits then? Well, no, it's the extra jacket and extra head sculpt. Yeah, that's not going to be cheap. There's a smell of 2k off that, to be honest. 3 in-art figures, 4 head sculpts, probably a bunch of the diorama piece, especially if they give you I don't know if they're giving it the stairs, but like, everyone wants, I think most people who want the Joaquin Phoenix version, they want the red suit and the stairs. I know I do. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below. I know these all look great. The Artiflex looks great, but again, I could walk out here and draw it and see someone who looks like that. A civilian look, you'd say, but the red suit just looks, yeah, just it's the kind of iconic one where he's walking down the stairs and he's dancing and he's really like, he's arrived, you know. So yeah, I just think that could be, there's a whiff of 2k off that, to be honest. Again, I don't know, I'm hearing people say it's like anywhere between 13 to 1700, but then depending where you are in the world, shipping, like the rooted 2-pack was 2 figures in a big diorama, and it was like a tombstone. So then you're having, assuming they give you the stairs and the studio, then you have 2 big dioramas, and then you've got like 3 figures, the extra head sculpt, all that kind of stuff. And it's, I know it's only an extra head sculpt. That's another jar, and those jars are like small cans, you know. Still looks good though. And then we're back to the start. So yeah, look, in conclusion, I just want to go through ones I'm interested in. Okay, right. This is on pre-order. This is coming home. More than likely not. I've no, the only possible reason I would have for having that if I have the bat, and I don't have the bat, and I don't have any immediate plans to get the bat, so this is not coming home. No, I think this is absolutely stunning, this rooted hair version, but no. Yeah, this is happening, the rooted single pack. I don't know yet. This is going to be, can I afford it or not? I want to see what, I want to see the pre-order price. I want to see what everything that comes. I want to see the prototype images before I make my decision, but I'm leaning towards hands in the air. I won't be able to afford this. I won't be able to afford this. I mean, I think it was Marco from 166 said it best. You can buy anything, but you can't have everything. And I think that would probably, the opportunity cost of getting this, I think I'm going to be in the category where I won't be able to, it'll be out of the price range for me, I'd imagine. Let's take another look. I can't rule it out though. It looks so bloody good. Not a Harry Potter fan, but they need to improve this anyway for the Harry Potter fans. I think it's just a few little tweaks, and I think they'll get there. It's stunning. Didn't like the movie enough to justify it's Harry Potter, not a Harry Potter collector. And now we're back to the start. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you've enjoyed video number 7, day 7 of the 12 Days of Christmas 2023 playlist. We'll be back again tomorrow on New Year's Day for, we might be doing a Hope show tomorrow as well. And of course, we'll be putting the day 8 on the playlist up as well. That's the end of the video. If you want to support the channel, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know if you're picking this figure up, any of these figures up or not. You can also follow me on Instagram and on X. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. I'm going to go off to build 7 Blaladins. Good luck.